Side Scrollers is brought to you by you. If you'd like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers. It's time for Side Scrollers on YouTube.com. With me, Stuttering Craig. You got a goal? Go get it. Adam Krigler.
Hi, buddy.
Blabs.
Hi, chat. I love you. Mwah.
And producer extraordinaire, Travis Key.
Hi, guys.
And brought to you by you, the G2 community at patreon.com/sidescrollers. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and Twitch.tv. What's going on, everybody? Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig. It's Monday, and welcome to the #1 video game and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. Side Scrollers. Welcome, man. We got a big week this week. Lots of guests lined up today. Just flying with the usual crew today. But, man, we got a good group lined up by our booker and producer, Travis Keys. Hello, Travis. How are you?
Good morning. Caught me off guard. I was looking at my dog. He's looking
and Blabs
at me.
is here, too.
Whining.
It's only been going since February. You wouldn't know that, who goes in what order or anything. That's fine, chat.
Hey,
It's your
it
first
surprises
day, man.
me every day.
Every day, huh? Every day, huh, Travis? All right. Also joining us, the greatest gamer in the room, it's Adam Krigler.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Oh, hi.
Good morning.
Ready to
hello
kill
there.
it.
All
You ready to
Ready
kill this shit?
Ready to kill this shit.
Hello there.
Ridiculous. Man, we got a lot going on today. We got a big show, lots to talk about. It was kind of a slow weekend for big gaming news. It's kind of weird, like the bookends of the week, Mondays and Fridays, kind of slow. That's the one thing I'm learning again. You think that there'd be like popping news on a Monday, people want to get their shit out there and have people talk about it throughout the week. No, it's like speed running bullshit and things like that. So, but we got a lot of good, fun topics to talk about, including Mark Hamill saying, "Nah, I'm done with Star Wars. I'm done with it."
He should have been done about a decade ago.
I got an update for you on a previous story we had about VR, which is great. Microsoft making a bold claim this past weekend, and I kind of want to get into something that I used to love in when the internet first popped up. Which is kind of making a comeback. Which
Dial-up?
Yeah, actually, it was during the dial-up time. Yeah, but I look
LAN
forward.
parties.
Man, LAN parties were awesome. Now we're going to get into that in a little bit. I'm excited to share that with you guys. Quick reminder that we are live over on Rumble.com. You guys hit the thumbs up button if you guys wouldn't mind while you're watching over there. Hit the follow button as well, and you guys do the same over on YouTube while you guys are joining us. We have a Twitter account. You guys can follow us over at Side Scroller Pod, where we'll let you guys know when we're live every single day, as well as post memes and stuff. And Blabs will let you know that we also have an Instagram account as well.
Yeah, Side Scroller Podcast. Give us a follow. Thanks.
Head on over there. Today at 1:00, the Mario Funathon continues. And let me tell you this, man. I went back in and I played Mario the Lost Levels, which was
How'd that go?
Let me tell you something. About that. It was slow going for a while.
Yeah.
But I picked it up and I eventually got to World 6, right?
Oh.
But here's the thing. I have this there's this stipulation. It's called a hard reset where the G2s will make me have to restart the game. And I've had two of those so far. So today I'm starting over on level 1 and we are going through level by level, every single level in the game. Did you know that there's not 8 levels, but there are 9 levels in Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels. That was news to me.
I didn't know.
And the only way you can do it is by going through like level by level and not using the warp zones. And I think that's probably the biggest thing is I don't know where the warp zones are. So I occasionally I may run into one and I accidentally go forward. So anyways, it's gripping video game entertainment at 1 o'clock today. So
Are you
make sure
not
get-
allowed to use the warp zones? Is that the thing?
Well, not to get to level 9. And if we're doing this right. We're gonna get all the way through. So
if you accidentally hit a warp zone and go to level 9, you have to start over?
well, one of the fun things about this game, which I actually very much like, and I don't know if it's this way with the forward warp zones, because in this game they have backwards warp zones as well, which send you back levels, which is kind of shitty if you really think about it, but also fun. If you go to these, it'll tell you what level you're going to warp to. So if I'm on level 3 and then it will warp me back to level 1, they conveniently have a pit right next to the pipe.
Nope.
That'll let you off yourself. Yeah, right. So that's very convenient, and I greatly appreciate that. But I'm really enjoying it. I encourage everybody to come and watch it at 1 o'clock today. That'd be really great. The Mario Fun-a-thon continues with the Lost Levels. Also, Father's Day is coming up. I know this because I'm a dad and I have a dad. And that is next week. And I have cordially invited my father to come join. And a few years ago, we did a stream where I played, my dad actually played the original Super Mario Brothers back at Game Attack. And my dad was in studio with us and played through the first couple levels of Mario Brothers. He was horrible. And I thought it'd be fun to do something very similar to that again. So I'm gonna bring my dad in, and I don't have a date for that yet, but we're gonna do that someday, and it'll be at 1 o'clock as well. I think it'll probably be on maybe next Friday. So Papa,
Who was harder to coach, your dad or Blabs?
Blabs.
Hey.
Blabs is a nincompoop. It's ridiculous.
Yes, I am.
It's ridiculous.
Damn.
Listen, we got to bring back better words like nincompoop. You know, it's ridiculous. That's,
Lint liquor.
what's that?
Lint liquor.
Oh,
I did not hear lint.
Not what I heard.
Wow.
What did you hear?
I'm not going to say it.
Put
Craig,
the
you
live
can
in
say it.
chat.
What did you hear, Craig?
Clit liquor.
That's what I heard. It's true.
That's it.
That is what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
Mhm.
My.
Just saying. All right. Look, so we got a lot to talk about. Look for that
Merry
next week, and
Christmas.
Blabs, maybe you can join us in the back end and say really derogatory things like that when my dad's streaming. That'd be really great.
She didn't
Like
say it.
actual lint liquor or like worse?
I'm just saying it'd be really funny if like sweet old Blabs in the background just cursing up a storm while my dad's playing Mario
You
or something.
whippersnapper?
What is a
I got
lint
this.
liquor anyway? Where did that come
The
from?
lint, you know, from the Orbis commercial. No, Orbit. Back in the day, you know, the Orbit chewing
What?
gum? Dirty Mouth? Try Orbit.
Lint
Yeah, but what?
2005
But what is a lint
commercial.
liquor? Like
Lint
who?
is like the things off
where did
your
that come
shirt,
from?
right? And then the weirdos who lick it.
Who licks lint? Is that really a
Someone
real thing?
else.
So, an Urban Dictionary says a slur of sorts, unbeknownst to me and most others until used in the Orbit commercial. Sounds like a slur you'd call a lesbian to me, but nobody really knows. That's what it says on.
Okay.
breaking
Wouldn't
news.
they be proud of that though? I mean, isn't that kind of the if lint is the same as the clit, it's kind of like the same kind of thing. Like
Oh,
if they're
yeah.
hairy down there,
Let's
I
check it
don't
out.
know.
Let's check it out. Not the direction I thought we'd go on the show this morning, but here we are.
You're welcome.
Side scrollers.
That's right. This is kind of one of those things you just kind of roll with. Here we go. We have the full 30-second. Look at this. Here we go. From 2007, Blabs.
You son of a biscuit-eating bulldog.
What the French
Did you
toast?
think I wouldn't find out about your little doo-doo head cootie queen?
Who are you calling a cootie queen, you lint liquor?
Pickle you, kumquat!
You're overreacting.
No, Bill, overreacting was when I put your convertible into a wood chipper. Stinky McStink face! You Hoboken. Fabulous.
I like this.
New
one.
Orbit Raspberry Mint.
Brilliant. Absolutely
Right.
brilliant. Yes.
Right? There was a lot of these commercials back in the day of these type where it's like a whole bunch of insults, like dirty mouth. Try Orbit gum.
To be honest, it's going to sound horrible. I don't think they'd make this today.
No, they wouldn't because everyone's wimps.
Is it just me, or does this look like a slightly heavier Alex Stein?
Let's look at his face.
Like look at this guy and just think Alex Stein.
Oh my god.
It's like Alex Stein's older brother or something.
I want to hear her say "you lint licker" one more time with her accent. Here we go.
Queen.
Who are you calling a cootie queen, you lint liquor?
You lint licker.
You liquor.
Who are you calling a cutie queen?
Is it just me, or does that lady look like the actress from Weeds?
What's that?
Nobody
I don't know.
watched Weeds? Okay.
Son of a biscuit-eating bulldog.
What the French
Did you
toast?
think I wouldn't find out about your little doo-doo head cootie queen?
Who are you calling a cootie queen, you lint liquor?
Pickle you, kumquat!
You're overreacting.
No, Bill, overreacting was when I put your convertible into a wood chipper. Stinky McStink face.
Brilliant. That's good stuff.
Mm.
Okay. You lint licker.
See, I am
That
somewhat
flood-
of a cultured person.
I agree with you, Flood. She looks like the lady from The Shining. Yeah. And I don't remember the actress's name, but she was driven crazy by Stanley
Yes.
Kubrick.
Yep.
Kind of looks like her younger sister or something.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree.
I see it.
Yes, I 100% agree.
You pickle kumquat.
Mary Louise Parker is who she looks like to me.
Yep, here we are.
Who's that?
That's her.
Is
Right
that
there.
her name?
No, look up Mary Louise Parker.
What? Who are we talking about, Trav?
That's who he
actress.
thinks she looks like.
Mary who?
Louise Parker.
Okay, all right, here we are.
Marry who?
Are we doing this?
I guess we are. Oh yeah, I've seen this lady before. Yeah, here we are.
She's the actress from Weeds. Looks just like her.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, here
I
we are.
see that too.
We have a direct comparison between the
Nah,
lady
the married lady's a lot prettier.
from the Orbit's
Agreed.
commercial, the Mary Louise Parker, and this is the type of in-depth podcast you're going to get every single day on Side Scrollers. Let's effing go. Hey, Crazy T came in with 100 bits. Says my birthday is actually on Father's Day, and I was born on Father's Day. All right.
Happy
Look at you,
early
Crazy T.
birthday.
Thank you so much, Crazy T. Appreciate that. Let's go.
You
So-
biscuit eating bulldog, you.
I
Happy
used to do that
birthday.
and yell at my sister all the time. We would just insult each other with those lines. Because there's more commercials out there like that, Orbit. Just saying. One of these
You
days,
lint
we have to do
licker.
an Orbit segment.
You lint liquor.
I like it. All right. I don't. Okay. Hey, if you want to podcast as professionally as we do, I want to let you guys know that we use a product called StreamYard, and it would be great if you want to get started podcasting as professionally and profoundly as we do here on Side Scrollers. You can use StreamYard to get your podcasting career up and rolling. We've had literally bunches of people use our link down in the description. So if you guys want to get started podcasting, use the program we use. It's literally what we do to allow us to do things like this. Bye, Travis. And pull this up, pull up things like this. Hey, lady. So, there's all sorts of fun things you can do all professionally, and it's all done from your browser. It's very easy. So use our link down in the description below. There's our shilling for the day, which is great, which we receive no money for. So please consider clicking the link down below and using it to sign up for a StreamYard account. It's called an affiliate link, everybody. That's how it works. All right, let's get into it. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for
Hard News.
Let's go. Great job, Adam. 10 out of 10 for me. All right, we have our first story of the day.
Really clean.
Has to do with you, Adam.
I'm ready.
Do you recall last week when we were talking about how on Diablo 4 there was going to be a massive statue erected in the game that had the first, was it 100 players or was it 1,000 players to get to level 100 in hardcore mode?
I think I don't remember.
Oh,
I think it's 1,000 players. First 1,000 players
It was a very limited amount
in hardcore.
Yes, in hardcore
Very
mode.
different.
Now, It has been accomplished
Yeah.
by one person, by one singular person at this point. Thank you, IGN, for this headline.
It is
I
a
don't know if I
thousand, by
agree.
the way.
I don't know if I agree with this. I'll explain. Go ahead, tell the story.
Give it up for Rob 2660 or 2628. Rob 2628 has hit level 100 in Diablo 4 with 54 hours on the clock, making him the first person to get a character to the game's maximum rank. Now, here's the thing: we do not know if this is hardcore mode or not.
It's not.
Oh, it's not.
No, we
Or
do.
can
know.
you
It's not.
confirm?
Yeah, I'm aware of this.
Oh,
So-
okay. Well, tell me more.
So there's some controversy with this story. There was an exploit, a glitch that was people were using to power level, and Blizzard has since gone and fixed this exploit. And basically, you could go into this dungeon and kill these two champions, and then exit the dungeon and go back in and kill them, and it would give you like an exponentially boosting XP. And they were just doing it over and over and over again. That's literally what this guy did for 50 or probably like, I don't know, 45 of his 50 hours.
Mhm.
And Blizzard fixed it, and now it doesn't work the same anymore, so you can't exploit it. And I think it's it's basically a loot cave in Destiny, exactly, Flawed. I mean, yeah, farming, but the way that it was working out, it wasn't the way it was supposed to. It was giving you kind of like the completion bonus. It was too easy to exploit the game, and they were exploiting it. And Blizzard fixed it. I don't think any of this shit should count until the actual release anyway. I think that technically it's released. I've been playing. I completed the campaign, and I would love to talk about it and give my thoughts and my review on Diablo 4. But I don't think any of it should count until full release, so that everyone has an even start on going to accomplish some of this stuff, which is tonight. Actually, let me just pull up because there's a countdown timer. Let's see. Battle.net's opening. So I mean, cool. You got to 100 by doing mind-numbingly taking advantage of the loot cave. Congrats, Karn. Reached 100. I'm currently sitting, I believe, at level 54, and I've played a lot. Granted, I wasn't trying to power level. I was really soaking in the story and enjoying the game for what it is. So it launches in 6 hours and 40 minutes. So I think a lot of these things need to be opened up at that point. Is this hardcore?
This is on d4race.com. This is a Twitch tracker. So
Okay, so these are all Twitch streamers that are on
Yeah.
this?
yeah, I think so.
Because that's not that many people. There's a lot of level 50s and 60s.
Oh, here you go. There's hardcore right there. So this is your hardcore mode right here with a click.
Just
and you can
streamers, though.
Yeah, just streamers. Yeah, right. So you can see Karn
You
here.
Just scroll down. I just want to see
sure.
what their levels are at.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's amazing that the entire community has made something like this, though. I love it. I think it's very, very cool.
Oh, man, there's so much Diablo lore websites out there. And they're very useful, actually.
Look how many of them are live right now, though. Isn't that funny?
Oh yeah, yeah. Most of them are live right now, and they're doing the grinding now. Here
Well, to be
is,
level 100, you basically have to be playing nonstop since the game released for the early release. I mean, the guy who played for 54 hours, that's 13 and a half hours a day, essentially.
Right. Yeah,
For
and
the
which
past-
is
since the start, which I believe was Friday, early or late Thursday night.
Does he have 5,000 people watching him from 20 hours in?
Yep.
That is
He's-
nuts.
Well,
Must be doing a 24-hour stream.
look at that title. World's first
barbarian?
hardcore. I don't know what a barbarian is.
Yeah, that's a barbarian.
That is awesome.
Speaking of which, Blizzard also nerfed barbarians a little bit, which I thought was kind of funny. They didn't nerf anything of my build, which I'm quite happy about. I am a druid, and I'm a beast.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you feel do you feel
Congratulations.
Do you feel? You mentioned like you don't feel like this race should count for people who who got it early and are playing it early. Do you feel like? I don't. I have mixed feelings about that. I do agree with you.
I have mixed feelings about it too. My initial reaction though, with the people who use the glitches that they've since patched. Like there's been like 6 patches throughout the past 4 days. Every day there's a patch, and then sometimes halfway through a session there's another patch, and then they're making it less laggy. And it was kind of laggy for me, and I would never want to do hardcore if there's any sort of lag, because lag gets you killed. Suddenly you lag, there's a lag spike, and like 20 different hits register at once, and you're instantly dead. It's like no. That's ended my Diablo 2 hardcore runs many times. I don't know. There's people out there that are legitimately running like this guy. If you've been playing for 20 hours, like if he's actually trying to grind levels and get to 100, then I get that. So
pretty insane. I mean, like he's just doing like the same whoop.
Hold on, you, me, and the movies. I don't transform at all. I don't do that shit. They said, of course, Adam would play the furry class. No. I don't transform. Fuck that shit. I cast spells. I'm a spell casting druid.
Tell him about it.
I love my build. My build is nasty.
You got your lore wrong, Blabs.
I delete shit. What?
I'm
just kidding. I'm kidding.
I didn't even.
That's all. You disappear into your chair, mister.
Just slowly sliding.
Yeah, with the CGI.
I'm sorry. All right. Well, look. So you're what level are you at? You said.
I think I'm at 54.
54.
Mm-hmm.
So you probably put in. I mean, just by doing simple math, you probably put in 6 hours a day based off of what the other guys put in 13 and a half hours, and you're half of his level. You're probably put in half the time. Yeah.
Less, because it takes a lot more experience at the higher you go. So, it ramps up. It's just like you need a shit ton of experience to get to level 100. I'm shocked that there's people at level 100 because, going to 1 to 50 is relatively fast. 50 to 51 was was painful. It's like, holy shit, where you were leveling continuously up to 50. After 50, it feels like a slog fest. So
I think Brad nails it here. He goes, let's be honest. The level 100 contest was to get more people to pre-order the game and get people to talk about it. Diablo got 100. Brilliant mark.
100%. 100%.
Brilliant. All right, let's move on.
No. I don't. I completed the game. I would like to at least give my opinion on the game itself as a hardcore Diablo player. I loved the first game. I loved the second game. I really loved the second game. I put a lot of my life into that game, which I don't regret because I really enjoyed it, and I had real life friends that played it with me. Diablo 3.
1 second, Adam. Just before you continue, I feel like before we do this, we must use our very rarely used intro.
It's time for hardcore gaming.
You may proceed.
Okay. I like it. So Diablo 4. My first takes. I absolutely loved the story. I thought that they nailed the story. There are many games that I don't care about the story. Like how Camelot said, he don't give a shit about the story. I just want to get good gameplay. Gameplay is so important to me, though. So starting this game in the beta, I really enjoyed the gameplay. I thought the gameplay was fantastic. And as I started playing the campaign, I really started to get into the story. Of course, I love the lore of Diablo, and I wasn't sure if this was a prequel, and I guess kind of spoilers. I'll save the spoilers to the end. I don't want to actually spoil it for anyone. But I really enjoyed the story. I thought it made sense. It felt like I was still kind of trying to figure out what was happening, and it made me want to continue to find out what was going to happen. And I really enjoyed the leveling system. I haven't even fully fleshed out everything with the leveling system. I got 1 through 50, which is basically like the first half. After 50, the true end game begins, and I'm seeing how much the end game has to offer, and I'm very happy about what I'm seeing so far. There's a game called The Division, and I really love The Division. There's certain games that allow PvP and PvE elements with your character that you build. That's part of the reason why I like Destiny 2 so much, or the whole Destiny franchise. Well, The Division 1 had a place called the Dark Zone, and you can actually go in and fight PvE and collect things, but to be able to take those things and use them in the rest of the game, you actually have to extract. And there could be other players that kill you and take your shit and extract it themselves. And it became this extraction shooter, but you get to choose when to go in and try to get something from there. And it added a really awesome element to the game. So I stumbled upon the PvP zone the other day, and I hadn't realized that it existed in the game. I knew there was PvP in Diablo 2, and I loved that about Diablo 2. I would make low-level builds. I would try to find the best at a certain level, and it created this entire other element to the game that I really enjoyed. So Diablo 4 introduced a new PvP system where, sure, you can go and fight people, but there's also a whole zone very similar to The Division where you can go in and fight monsters, and you have to extract the stuff that you pull from them, and other players can come and kill you and take that shit and extract it themselves. And I was talking to a buddy of mine. I'm like, this just exponentially grew my love for this game. The fact that they added this whole element and that the zone changes throughout the map, and the ending of the campaign, I don't want to say anything about it because I don't want to ruin it for anyone, was so freaking badass. And I can't wait for whatever they add into the game. And they kind of set it up to add more things, but still get a good sense of completion. It made me want to play the story over again and learn more about the lore. And that is a great campaign that makes you want to play it again and maybe learn a little bit more about each of the different characters. And then the side quests. There's certain games that kind of hold your hand. Go here, here's another quest. You go and do the same thing. Assassin's Creed, for example, very boring and monotonous, where this game has a lot of side quests, but even the side quests feel like mini campaigns. It's not just like one and done. You're going to do something, and then you're going to go take that thing you did and use it with this other person, and then all of a sudden you're in this like mini storyline within the story that has nothing to do with the main campaign, but suddenly you're invested in helping some random person, and you're like finding out all about their life, and it's like, this is so great that they actually added this much detail. And then, of course, the art. The last thing I want to say about the game is the art direction and the art style. Diablo 3 was trying to be World of Warcraft. I did not like how flashy it was, how bright the colors were, whereas Diablo 2 and Diablo 1 were very muted, bloody, gory. Just the atmosphere of the first two games was just amazing. Now, the fourth game, it really does feel like they brought it back, as they said that they were going to do, which I'm really happy to report. Like, it really does feel like they brought it back to the Diablo that I really liked when I was growing up. So overall, I feel like there's so much more for me to learn about this game. But my first impressions, this game is an 8 out of 10. And if there was no lag at all and I didn't have to deal with it, my game has crashed a couple times, which kind of sucks. It could potentially be a 9 out of 10. But right now I'm giving it an 8.
For reference, is Diablo 1 and 2, those are what out of 10?
At the time when I played Diablo 1, it was my favorite game I had ever played. And I've played it recently, and it was painful to play because of how slow you moved. But I feel like that's because I'm spoiled by games. Diablo 1, I would have said it was a 10 out of 10 when I was a kid, when I first started playing it. Looking back, I would say it's an 8 out of 10. If they remade Diablo 1 with amazing graphics and
sped it up,
just updated it to feel more of like a newer game, it would be amazing. Diablo 2, I think, is a 10 out of 10. It's still on the top. I would say top 3 games I've ever played in my life. I love that game. Everything about Diablo 2 is incredible. and I love that game so much.
Empyrean says, Adam, you might need to adjust your video settings. After I lowered some of mine, I never crashed.
Good to know. Yep, good to know. I'll try that.
All right. Well, I love it. I love it. Well, I love that this is a game that you're so passionate about, that you love so much. You know, for me, it'd be like releasing
one
a
more
Mario
thing.
game. Yes.
Tonight, I'm going to be streaming Diablo 4 at my usual time, 4 p.m. Eastern time, on my Locals and Rumble, and I will be giving away an Ultimate Edition of Diablo 4 in my local stream. So someone is going to get a full version, the deluxe edition of Diablo 4. Tonight, I'm giving it away over on my Locals channel.
Hell yes. Love it. All right, man. Well, make sure you guys go and watch Adam over on Locals tonight as he's playing that. All right, let's go to another game. Our next story here. This is not a game that I've ever been passionate about, but this is a game that I played in the arcade and I played on the PC in like 1987. Remember a few weeks ago when I was like, hey, there's this VR game that's a reboot of an old school game called Operation Wolf. And I was like, this is the type of VR game that I'd play. Well, we have gameplay of it for the first time. And Adam, I just wanted to show this to you to get your thoughts on this.
Sure.
Okay. So this is coming out pretty soon. And here it is. And
Rated T for teen. This
is a very tongue-in-cheek trailer. So we'll just play it and let you give your first impressions.
In 1987, they were badass. In 2023, nothing has changed. Operation Wolf Return. First mission VR. In the face of such violence, we offer you a break of pure sweetness. Bad news for the bad guys. They are back for a new campaign. Not to mention survival mode. The rail shooter legend is back. If you want action, you're gonna get served. Operation Wolf returns. First mission VR.
So there you go. It's a VR game, rail shooter, right? Which I'm sure it's been done plenty of times, but just tacking the Operation Wolf aspect of it. Oh, your thoughts?
Well, first off, I think rail shooters are a very good intro to VR because you're not moving yourself. So your brain isn't thinking that you're moving and then not feeling that movement, and then you get nauseous very quick. So I found that rail shooters are a very easy intro into VR games. That being said, this looks like it was made on Unity, like someone's first attempt at making a VR game. It does look fun. I think I have a few games in VR that are similar to that, but the graphics look 10 times better, and they were for PS4, the PSVR, when that came out, like 5 years ago or whenever that came out. Like, it looks so bad graphically, like it's laughable. So this just feels like someone trying to use an existing IP that they probably got for cheap to do their first game to just get into the scene. It looks like fun though. Don't get me wrong. Like the graphics be damned. Like if the gameplay is there and you're enjoying it, then who cares, right? But it's 2023 and those graphics just looked horrendous, man. Ugh.
Blabs, does that get you excited to pop on a VR helmet?
Well, here's the thing. I don't own a PlayStation to VR, so it's never something I'm going to play. But that was a fun trailer. I agree with Adam 100%. The graphics are shit. And like for 2023, that looks like something from like, what, 2010, 2011?
Yeah.
It was fun, though, and the random cats in there. You're like, is this a parody? Is this a real trailer? Just like the purr, and then pew, pew, pew. And I'm like, but you know, it was a fun. It was like one of those old trailers, right, with the voice, like the epic voice guy and all that. I don't know. It grabbed my attention. It was better trailers than what we've seen at that PlayStation showcase that we saw 2 weeks ago.
It grabbed my attention. The first thing you said was cats.
Yes.
Welcome to the internet.
I'm just saying, like, it was weird, man. Like, all of a sudden there's cats in there. Like,
it was weird. I agree. The cats were weird.
So
I dug it.
One of the things that I really remember from the original Operation Wolf, and I just want to show you a little bit of gameplay here from it. And it's very static. You move from right to left or left to right. It's an on-rail shooter. But you watch how the guys die. They all die with ridiculous like movements, right? They're like, grabbing their hearts and stuff, flying off.
Like some Bollywood thing.
It's I mean, really, it's just like an extra frame, but it's I don't know. I always felt like blood was a part of this game, and actually looking at it now, you actually don't see any blood at all. You just see the red bullet impacts. But I mean, in my mind, I always saw blood, and I guess that's not in the game, which is interesting because I don't know. Now looking back at it, I was totally incorrect. It's really, really amazing what nostalgia does for you, or just your memory. So, anyways, yeah, it does seem like it holds true to the game in 1987. The problem is in 2023, do you need a game that holds true to the game from 1987?
I had never even heard of it.
Operation Wolf. Yeah, I mean, what it has going for it is as a kick-ass name. Operation Wolf sounds awesome.
It's pretty
It'll be
cool.
interesting to see how well it sells. It's like you said, it's from a game from 1987. It's 2023. How well it will do. It's kind of like the first of its kind, isn't it?
VR is not in the place where it's mainstream. Like people aren't hyped about VR games. You know, I don't know. They don't want to play VR. It's just not widespread in the gaming community. It's sad. I enjoy VR. I think it's freaking rad, but it's got a long way to go before I see like the majority of gamers like, oh yeah, you getting that new VR game? Oh man.
Well, doesn't Microsoft not make a VR because they don't like the risk that comes with it, with crashing into stuff and all that? I swear I read that about Microsoft, and so nothing for PC, nothing for Xbox kind of puts a hinder on it.
Well, there's VRs for PC.
No, but I'm saying like from Microsoft.
From Microsoft itself. Yeah, I don't know if Microsoft has. I mean, they tried the whole Kinect thing, and that didn't work out very well.
That bombed.
My thought on VR is that if it was gonna connect, it would have connected at this point. You know, we've had VR kind of shoved down our throats for the better part of a decade now, right? With VR, helmets and stuff, and there's better tech than VR. Better tech on your phones than VR. What's that?
No,
absolutely.
No. I don't agree with you.
Better, less intrusive tech than VR. I guess that
may be true, and that's what I was saying. It's just the population of gamers out there are not ready for VR. There's nothing in VR that really is worth getting VR to play. I mean, I tell you what though, Skyrim VR was the best Skyrim experience I've ever played, and I've owned way too many copies of Skyrim, and I'm sure many gamers out there are the same way, but the VR was absolutely worth it, and it was incredible. It felt like a completely new game to me. So that I think that's what these VR companies need to be doing, is taking games that people love and making an actual good VR version of it so that people can go in and play.
Well, that's not to say there's not exceptional VR experiences, right? But I think that augmented reality is way more exciting than virtual reality, right? The idea of being able to see things in your world, like that movie Free Guy that came out. The idea of popping on some sort of glasses and being able to see things that aren't there. Going back to even the 3DS where they had like an augmented reality, like that's cool. Seeing something in our actual space that isn't necessarily there. I think that's really neat. And maybe I'm totally off, but I think that if VR was to take at this point, it would have already taken, and which is why metaverse and that sure as hell ain't going to go anywhere. It's been a multi-billion-dollar just.
Well, that's. I don't know if that's
Trevor Martin's right. When VR porn takes off, that's when people will adopt it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there is VR porn out there. You probably sold it, Trav.
No.
So
Way
It was like way
I was
ahead of his
22 when
time.
I worked there. That
Yeah,
was
I'm just-
before like cell phones were really a thing.
I'm just playing. Which is
What
why,
what game uses augmented reality though?
right now, not many. I can't think of any game outside of anything for like the 3DS. But I don't think that from a gaming perspective, that's where augmented reality is going to work. I think augmented reality is way more practical. And if you're talking about gaming, okay, yeah, VR maybe,
Obviously.
yeah, right. But
Pokemon
I think
Go is the only one I can think of. Sorry, Craig.
Pokemon Go,
Yeah.
yeah. That's actually a great example of augmented reality, right? And
I
that's,
never had that turned on. That always annoyed me.
Oh,
Because
yeah?
you had to have the phone aiming towards that thing instead of just kind of like chilling comfortably and just catching something.
Oh yeah, they did that for that failed Harry Potter game that was a spin-off of Pokemon Go. It's called Wizards Unite, and you had to go and get these creatures, and you had to face it and everything.
Yeah.
It
There is
failed
a
after like a year.
Mario Kart game. I think it was Mario Kart where you actually had like I don't know how it worked, and I don't even know if this is a real thing. I thought I saw this, but there was like you put cameras around and actually race in your around your living room or something. Do you know what I'm talking about? Does this sound familiar? Chat,
No.
do you guys know what I'm talking about?
no,
I feel like there was something like that it was like it wasn't necessarily augmented reality, but it was because you were racing around your own living room.
no, oh,
Mario
no,
Kart
yeah,
toy
yeah,
with
yeah.
cameras on it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. There. Yes. And I actually do own that. And that
Mario Kart Home
4,
Circuit. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So that's kind of cool, actually. That's one of the
That-
coolest things I've seen that uses like your own environment. Like you make your own course and then race it around. Like that's freaking cool.
yes. That was very cool. And I'll say this: that was way cooler. That experience, and I have it in my closet right over here. And it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I should bust that out, but you never. I think it was for. Was it for the Wii U or was it for the Switch? It was for
No
the
idea.
Switch.
Switch,
But-
cool.
I could see that being really cool with a group of kids. Like, you
Yes.
get your friends together and stuff.
Yes,
Like, that would have
absolutely.
been badass growing up.
I actually wanted to do that like at a live event and just get a couple of those out and like let people just have a space for Mario Kart, whatever, and let people make their own courses and stuff because it is really fun. The battery life on it is really low. But I will say this: that Mario Kart experience is actually better than the Mario Kart experience at Universal Studios, which is built around VR sorry, augmented reality, because that's like a augmented reality. You sit in and you're in a car and you're turning left and right, but you're looking around and you see the different Koopa kids come up behind you, and you gotta throw turtle shells at them by clicking things on your steering wheel and stuff. And that is such a mess. It's almost too much as you're playing the ride. Which I think I would rather. I know I'd rather do the Mario Kart home circuit thing. I think that was way more fun than the Universal Studios experience. But anyways,
I'm actually surprised there's not more augmented reality stuff like that, like built into other toys and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like toy guns, or you build your own course or whatever, and then it'll buzz when you're out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that for kids.
there are some there are some VR experiences. Actually, there's a place. It was a Polish company, and they actually just opened up their first location in the United States. It's called EXO, I think it is. And the idea of it, it's actually not AR at all, but it's a VR experience that is similar to what you're talking about, Trav, where you're in a giant open space but in your goggles, you see corners and walls and stuff. So as you're moving around, you have your goggles on, you have guns, and it's like you're in a real time, like a capture the flag or a domination mode, or even a TDM mode. And nothing is actually there. And I guess you could technically walk through the walls if you want, but just your brain says don't walk through the walls because it's in front of you, and that's apparently pretty popular. I don't know, but either way. All right, let's read off a few of these super chats real quick, guys. Thank you very much for your support before we go into our next story. Rob on Wheels with the £10 super chat says, "Adore your t-shirt, Blabs."
Why, thank you.
What? Let's see what we have here. What is it?
Says my Patronus is a smooth fox terrier. Because I have a fox terrier and my Patronus is actually a fox, so it kind of works.
What is
Do you see the smile? That was so
happy.
endearing.
How she gets so happy about the stuff it just makes me happy.
What's your pup's name? Do you want to
her
share
name's
that?
Rockin' Robin.
Every time you say Rockin' Robin, come here.
No. So
Okay.
she's a rescue. I got her when she was 11 months. She's actually turning 16 next month.
Wow.
Her nickname is technically Bobby. Like that was what they were named. Like, but her real name is Rockin' Robin. But you can call her Robin or Bobby.
She responds to both.
Yep.
Nice. 16. That's awesome.
16 years to next month, July 15th.
Love it.
It's my
Love it.
child. She runs like Seabiscuit still. It's wild.
Yeah, my pup Bowser. He's almost. I thought he was 13. He's going on 13, but he gets around. He gets excited. He does the whole roll around. Yeah, it's crazy. The dog's getting older and older, and I love it. Rich came in and says, update, Twitter executive who blocked the Matt Walsh video has, quote, resigned, and Elon is promoting the video on his Twitter. Yes, we didn't get a chance to follow up on that the other day. We can kind of dig into just the high level aspect of that. But the What is a Woman documentary, I think it was at 170 million views or something over the weekend. Like,
well, that's how often the tweet was viewed.
Yes.
So I posted 30 million views the other day because the video itself had 30 million views, and
How do
people
you
were
see
correcting
that?
me. So
It's by like the likes, right?
let me just go look at my post. Okay, so I'm clicking on it, and right now the video itself. All right, so when I retweeted it, oh, it's on my app. It shows not on the
desktop.
Let me get my phone. Hold on. Yeah, because on the
I will
app,
say-
it actually there's two different numbers.
Oh,
And
what-
172.8 million views is how often this tweet was viewed. I think that's how it works.
And what's it say for the actual view of the documentary itself?
Let me check. Oh, well, the video.
Yeah.
33.5 million. So it has two different numbers, right? So the video itself has been viewed 33.5 million times, but the tweet has been viewed 173 million times. So it's like it could be people just talking about like, don't watch this movie, and
Right.
sharing the tweet, and then all of their viewers going, yeah, like fuck that video, you know? And it's like they're not watching that movie, right? They're not watching it. They're just tweeting out about the video. So
Yeah, it makes me
who knows
wonder
where it could be somewhere in between. I don't know.
if the video gets a view when somebody looks at it on Twitter and watches it. Does that translate to a view on the video, or does that just translate to a view on Twitter? You know what I mean?
Generally, there's some sort of threshold it has to pass, like 5 seconds before it's counted as a view. It just so there's not, because they do autoplay. So if it plays for like 1 second, it doesn't count as a view, right? And I don't know what Twitter's specific metric is to count a view, but I'm saying that's generally how it works. But I will say this. We left our conversation on Friday after they said they were going to post this, and we said this is a very, very big moment for Twitter and Elon Musk in general. And to go in and to see people resigning and or being fired based off this, and him going in and saying like this is available, yeah, and actually promoting it and saying like here it is,
No, and saying everyone should watch this. It's like,
yes,
everyone should watch it. I know you were saying, before I came out, I was sitting in the background. You were saying it is exhausting. I agree. It is exhausting. When you're dealing with people that don't actually have any explanation, when they're just saying, believe me, I want you to just believe it. And it's like, no, I need you to explain why. What is your reasoning? What is the logic? That shit is so exhausting because people are not logical. They don't have any reasoning. It's feelings. You have to just believe my feelings. My feelings are real. It's like, no, well, doesn't mean you're right.
Well, because that's why. Because.
Yeah, because.
Don't you understand? Don't you understand? Because I said
that's not an answer.
I feel like we are.
You know what that is? That's a 3-year-old's answer.
It's having a tantrum in like the grocery aisle and sitting down or something.
Listen, this you nailed it, man. This entire idea of like, no, and literally just covering your ears. Like,
Screaming.
I feel like we are in the middle of the greatest and longest gaslighting in history. Where like no, that's not how it is. Are you kidding me? What are you talking about? Well, why? What are you talking about? You know, like it's what you know. What are you talking about? That's not how it's always been. What are you talking about? And man, yeah, but it definitely exposes. It's an exhausting, entertaining 90 minutes, and I do think that obviously 30 million people viewing that is a tremendous success, and for Daily Wire and that documentary, and they certainly went out of their way to. I mean, like 30 million views of anything, especially over the course of like 3 days. I mean, that's cultural. That's a cultural thing. You'd be hard pressed to find any videos on YouTube that do. I mean, maybe Mr. Beast. That's it. That does that many views over the course of 3 days.
PewDiePie.
I don't know. I mean, but the point is that there's a handful of people, handful of creators that can actually do it. So what was called the Streisand effect of like, it's not available, so people are interested in watching it. There's this what's behind the curtain aspect of it that I think that certainly played into the past weekend. And I'll be interested to see if Daily Wire actually takes it down. Like they said, it's going to be available over the course of the weekend.
Do you think it would have even got that many views had all this controversy not have happened?
No,
I don't think so either.
And it goes back into like, then there's the conspiracy of like, well, this was all planned to begin with, and it's like people lost their jobs. So I don't know. I don't think this was all planned. But I think that the person who went and censored it probably did more good for the documentary than good for their cause or their objective. So it's a mess, man. It's crazy. And I don't know, like it was interesting to see. I think that Elon Musk stayed true to his word in this situation and said like, look, we're going to promote it. So, or everyone can say what they want. So good for Elon Musk. Blake, we're talking about VR. Says Metroid Prime VR. Let's effing go. Well, it's funny you mentioned that because I got an update on Metroid Prime in just a little bit. We'll get to that. And Sal says it's like talking to multiple DSPs. You're talking about right now the world. Thank you, Sal. Appreciate that.
That sounds exhausting.
Every day is exhausting. And then a Florida man came in with the tier 1 sub for 24 months over on Twitch. Says, well, what do you expect when media literally caters everything, including the news, to someone with a 7th grade reading comprehension level? They think we're all 13-year-olds. That's yeah. Then we're all emotional and sad. And all right, let's move on to our next story here. I got a quick hit here. This was put together by Blabs and over on Twitter. Blabs, tell them about it.
Oh yeah, so after that amazing Hocus Pocus 2 that no one really ever watched, and they say was a success on Disney Plus, even though you can't actually see any of the numbers because it's only on Disney Plus and they don't release their numbers and could just make it all up as they go. Hocus Pocus 3 is now in development. Why? I don't know. Why would you make a second one? Nobody wanted it. Nobody asked for it. But here we are from now on, number 3. Yeah.
It's funny. I actually watched number 2 just to see what it was.
How was it?
Like you said, I wouldn't ask for it, to be honest, because it's like you're touching something that's part of people's childhood.
Yeah, the 90s.
And to be honest, it's not really worth your time. It's if you like the first one. It's if you were a kid and it came out 10 years ago after you had 15 years ago when you had seen the first one like 5 years after, you'd been like, great, let's watch it. But as an adult, it's like it's been 20 years. Like there's no point.
Everything needs a reboot because Disney has no creativity.
Which leads us. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say. So then we got this. Pirates of the Caribbean.
There's a really important paragraph though in there that talks about how there's like 2 different types of pirates.
I thought they canceled this. I thought they were trying to do an all-female or some shit.
Yeah, so Margot Robbie was supposed to lead the reboot where it's all-female led, and she said that it was canceled, but apparently not. If you keep reading it, It
Where
says
do you
right
want me to
there.
read? Which one? This
Right.
one?
No, the one right below that one, actually.
The famed action producer Jerry Bruckheimer revealed late last year that they had simultaneous plans for an entry that would star Margot Robbie and an entry that would feature a younger cast. We have a very good script. We developed 2 of them, one with Margot Robbie and one with a younger cast. The Margot Robbie one needs a little more work. The younger cast one is close. Hopefully we'll get both of them. Or maybe neither.
Yeah,
Wow.
I love Margot Robbie, and I don't want to see that.
I agree.
Right? It's
Yeah.
already been done with Johnny Depp.
Yeah, Margot Robbie was probably like the least bad part of what the heck is that movie?
Suicide Squad?
Yeah, no, not Suicide. It's the one that she was starring in.
Oh, Birds of Prey?
Birds of Prey, or the Great Emancipation of Harley Quinn, right? Is that some? I think they
It's-
renamed it
I
Bird
don't
of
even know
Prey.
anymore.
Who knows anymore? But she was great. I thought the movie was trash. I thought everything else in that movie was so bad, but I actually didn't mind her as Harley Quinn.
You know, she's
Am I
she's
alone
also-
on that? Do you
Oh, I
guys?
never saw it.
Oh, okay.
Birds of Prey.
She's starring
Did
in
you
the new Barbie movie as well.
Yeah, I
Margot
want to
Robbie.
see that. That looks
Yeah, that
funny.
looks funny actually.
Yeah.
Did
Not
you
really
know
interested in it, but
with that movie, they bought so much pink paint for that set that they created a worldwide shortage of pink paint.
did
they
Are you
really?
serious?
Yeah, isn't that funny?
We are the
How do you
reason
know
for
that?
Pink paint. Well, he wanted to paint his
I
bedroom,
read
you see, and now he can
exactly. I was trying to paint my nails pink. No, I read the news in the morning.
Oh, okay.
do it. Oh, I read the news.
Random. That's so funny though.
And that's the type of podcast you're going to get on Side Scrollers. Let's go. Love that.
But like,
Oh.
isn't it crazy to think that there's 2 different versions of Pirates of the Caribbean in the works? A female reboot and a younger cast. Like, what
Why-
are they gonna do? Like a baby Johnny Depp character?
Yeah,
Jack
why are they
Sparrow?
even rebooting
I
it
know.
anyway? And if you're gonna reboot it, like why are like you said, what's the younger cast gonna be? Is it gonna be a younger Jack Sparrow? Like
Like, I don't
nobody
get
asked for
it.
that. I don't
You're
care.
gonna have a girlfriend that dies, and that's why he's like that in the future. Like we're supposed to be like, oh, empathy and all that. I don't know.
But they supposedly told all that it was because of that one goddess bitch or whatever.
Yeah.
I do find this interesting though. Neither project Bruckheimer addressed specifically pointed out that Jack Sparrow was involved, but the producer does want to bring Depp back.
Mm.
John- wanna go
Johnny
back.
is another friend and an amazing artist. You go through things in life that you wish you hadn't. Amber Heard. He's still a talented artist. He's just so good at what he does, and actors recover from things like this. Amber Heard. He's a good individual and a caring individual. He's somebody you can rely on. That's just terrific, or he's just terrific. I think Johnny is an utter friend and amazing artist. And again, you go through Amber Heard's You Wish You Hadn't, but he's a talented artist.
You know-
I mean, I feel like you could get canceled for that shit, saying
Where
like
was he?
2 or 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Yeah, where was he when it was going down?
Though, if he's such
Reading
a good
between
friend?
the lines of that, that
It's a good
sounds
point,
exactly
Blabs.
to me like we would have made this movie with Johnny, but we couldn't because the Amber Heard stuff was going on. So we greenlit these other projects, and now we can't go back because we already sunk too much money into it.
Because
So
Johnny
let's-
Depp said, "Fuck Disney."
Let's throw
Because they said,
Johnny in
"Fuck
it as a
Johnny."
guest, is what they're gonna do.
Now, is
Dude,
this
I don't
animatronic
want him to do
still
it.
In Disney?
Yeah, he should say no or ask
Because
for
he's
$50
still
million.
getting royalties from that, isn't he?
What's up, Blabs?
And 1,000 llamas.
What?
Sorry, what?
What were we saying, Blabs?
I was gonna say, isn't his animatronic still at Disney? And if so, he's probably still getting royalties off of that.
Yeah, I think so. I think it is. I
Well,
don't. I
you
don't
would think that they would sever everything if they didn't want to work with him. They would have removed that animatronic when that whole business was going on, wouldn't you think?
You would think.
Oh, alpacas. Yes. Right, Hadouken. 1,000 alpacas.
What about 1,000 alpacas?
It's Johnny Depp lore.
Oh, okay.
He's
I'm
a big
unaware of
fan.
Oh,
this lore.
I like alpacas, but they're annoying sometimes. All right.
Do you have a lot of experience with
I
alpacas?
do. I halter trained one. It was
So you
bouncing
have-
around everywhere.
So wait, you're stereotyping all alpacas because of your experience with one?
Oh,
Wow.
I actually interned on an alpaca llama ranch.
You're alpacaist.
What?
Yeah.
You
And
did?
The little Korea that I was training was named Zeppelin. She was
A
bouncing
little
everywhere. It was
Korea?
great.
Wait, what?
Korea. A Korea is like a little baby. It's
A
CRA.
baby alpaca is a cria.
Yes,
You
it
learn
was a
something
big-
new every day here on Side Scrollers.
But yeah, anyway, the little guy, her name was Zeppelin. She just bounced everywhere, and I halter trained her.
Cool. That sounds like
Yeah.
fun, actually.
It was.
Sounds great.
I once kissed an alpaca, like this llama, like was like almost like officiating. It was like, mwah, and then this llama was just watching. It was
Whoa,
adorable.
whoa! You just took it in a completely different
I
direction.
told you she
It
was
like a
the
cute little
furry.
kid.
Y'all
We-
didn't believe me.
Yeah.
I said it.
Uh-huh. We found the furry here. All right.
Ew, you guys are
Wow.
weird. You don't play.
You're the one kissing alpacas.
You went there. That's weird, bro.
You had you just said
on the cheek,
you just
Mom.
said you were kissing an alpaca and a camel was officiating it.
Yeah, it was really funny. I was
You're
kissing
like,
it and it just
how
walked up right
you
there.
brought it there? How was that
I will
me?
I will send you the photo later. I can't.
I don't want to see that.
because like it's got my real name.
Now you get it right now so we could show the audience.
No, because then I'll just dox myself.
Someone just called you a lint licker.
Oh no! God, it was like
Who was
kissing
that?
a little
Who
back
was
on the
that?
cheek.
Snot Lips says, talk about a lint licker. That is funny.
Love that.
Because it's wool.
Way to bring it back. I love that. That is
Go back.
fantastic.
That's awesome.
Man, it was
Um,
on the cheek. Don't make it weird.
Do you know me at all?
Yeah, you weirdo. You're the lint licker.
Jeez.
I bet you guys he's got a jar of lint and he just licks it in his free time. Kind of like a salt licker.
She's trying so hard to shift everything, everyone's view
Greg
of
is enjoying
someone
it, so
else.
Go on.
Please talk about anything else. That's what I'm seeing right now. Oh wow, that's funny,
I got a lot of adventures of agriculture.
dude.
Sometimes the best
these
thing to do is just to shut
Guamonians.
up. Yeah,
Those Guamonians, man. Yikes.
fucking Guamonians, man. Kyle came in with the $4.99. Says, "Can you imagine a Mario Kart live circuit like Halo game where the visor is where the camera's at, and you can pick the Spartan up back to its base? So that'd be pretty fun. That would be pretty fun. Kind of
It's like
a
F-16 visors or F-35 visors. I thought that's what they do.
like the idea." And Blake came in and says, "I hope your cough gets better, Adam."
Thanks. Yeah.
You have a
That's
cough?
sweet.
Yeah. It was Amber Turd.
Oh. My dog
Sorry.
stepped on a bee.
What?
What the fuck is what is even Blabs talk? Listen.
What was that? What the hell did she just say?
Okay, listen, Adam, me and you, buddy. Here's the thing.
Craig,
I
fill
have
me in.
no
man.
no idea what the fuck is happening today.
I don't
Blabs
either,
has gone
dude.
off the rails.
Look, I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
She's just like.
Did her
she's-
dog step on a bee? What is that? A Guamonian phrase?
She's talking about alpacas and bees and dogs. Like it's like
She raised
nonstop
alpacas, dude,
she's a weird.
and she was making
lady.
out with them. Who did you bring on as a co-host?
I regret everything up to this point. Hey, Blabs.
You guys
Hey,
don't
Trav.
understand that my dog stepped on a bee with an Amber Heard? She was all like, my dog stepped on a bee, and then she was like, you never watched the trial?
So you don't know about alpacas and Johnny
know,
Depp,
I
but
must have
you
missed
know
it. I
about
must have missed
Amber
that lore.
Heard's shit.
Listen. I didn't
So
see
you-
all of it, but I guess I got the main points about the bee and the birds.
Clearly, that was a main point.
Wait, you got the point of the bees and the birds, like the
Yeah,
birds
you
and
know,
the
like
bees?
bee.
I
Dog
noticed she
stepped on a
switched
bee.
that around.
I
What
should've
is
said
that?
dog. Bee and the dog.
But you
I said
didn't.
bees and the birds.
You specifically
sentence.
said bees and the birds.
I
But that's not
know.
birds and the bees. That's backwards.
Oh, well, when do I ever do anything straightforward anyway?
All right. She's got a good point there.
Yeah. Somebody needs to pull up my dog stepped on a bee, because I think Adam's really gonna love it. Because it's just
No,
Adam
no,
Heard.
we're okay. We're okay.
You know,
Okay.
if we all just sit here quietly and look at Blab, she'll eventually say things like that.
100%.
Like a stick, like do something, like from Shrek the 3, do the roar. Hi. Listen, I'm gonna do this. Now look. I'm just laughing like hysterically. Oh my god, why? Okay.
All right, Bobs, come back.
No.
Come on.
Ooh.
Come
no,
back.
I'm actually like laughing my ass off. I'm crying right now.
At least let the G2 see you crying.
No. Woo. Ah.
If you're gonna cry, do it for our amusement, Blabs. Fuck.
There you go. Hi. As you can tell, I didn't sleep last night, so now I'm just delirious. Hi.
She was missing her alpaca snuggle companion.
Don't bring it back to that.
Mark Hamill's
I'm
done with
never-
Star Wars. Mark Hamill has gone on and said, "I've had my time." In an interview with CBS Sunday Morning. Hold on, Blabs, what's going on? What's
I'm good.
She even muted her mic. She muted her mic
those-
so we can't even hear what she's loud. I can't even hear her laughing.
For those who are just listening right now, that moment of silence was us awkwardly staring at Blabs. And of course, you know, Craig, he loves an awkward situation. So, of course, he's trying to add to it as much as possible. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm doing this in the wrong voice.
For those who are just wondering what is happening right now, well, you see, Craig, the host of the show, loves to create awkward situations, and especially when it makes someone else uncomfortable. Blabs, she's currently the target of his uncomfortable stare, and the rest of us are just waiting to see what happens.
Right.
This
I
is weird now.
wish Blabs would be on camera.
It did turn a little weird.
That's the idea. All right. So Mark Hamill said he's done with Star Wars. He did an
Yay.
interview, and he said he reflected on his time as Luke, spanning back to his first appearance in 1977.
Yawn.
Yep. Capped off with 2019's Rise of Skywalker. He says, "I had my time, and that's good, but that's enough."
Didn't they kill him? Didn't they kill him off?
Yes, he's dead.
So what the fuck does it matter, dude? They killed you off.
No.
They killed all the legacy characters off.
Princess Leia's dead.
Yeah.
They're
Han
all
Solo's
Lando's
dead.
not dead.
Who?
Lando. He
Oh,
was in
right.
it for like 5 seconds.
Well, they made him. I don't know what the fuck he's called now. Pansexual.
Yeah, he
ro-
likes to fuck
robot
robots
sexual.
now.
What?
Yep.
Oh, you didn't know? Yeah,
No.
him and that robot.
Phoebe
you know,
Waller-Bridge.
the girl from Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
She was the robot that her and Lando had a thing.
Mhm.
Even though he was a very huge womanizer in the
Hold on.
original one.
Wait, hold on.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Let's take a step back.
They
Oh, wow.
wanted to.
Wow, he didn't know. He
As
didn't
somebody
know
who's
this.
just learning about this,
Oh my goodness.
Lando,
Where have you been?
not
us about Lando.
obsessing over
Tell us about Lando.
Lando.
Go ahead.
Keeping in mind, I've seen one of these movies,
Right.
each movie one time. Lando is the coolest, most suave character in the entire galaxy, far, far away.
Really?
And he
I
and
thought
he has.
Han was supposed to be the coolest, suavest character.
It's a tie. Whatever.
Okay.
The point is
Wait,
that
who?
Han
Did
Solo.
you say Khan? Oh, Han.
No. The point is that this is a dude that can get with any living thing that he wants. It's Lando. He's like, hey, it's Lando, right? And he gets with a robot?
Yeah, Solo was the first movie, Disney Star Wars movie to lose money, or Star Wars movie in general to lose money, and yeah, it's
Okay.
kind of
And it happened in that movie?
Yeah.
yeah,
That
it was
movie that you
younger
can't actually
younger
see
Lando,
anything 'cause it's
and
all
he
fun.
was instead of being the Lando everyone remembered, he was in love with a robot.
How do you think he got so cool and suave? He's been banging robots for 100.
No, I feel like that
Is that what people do
moves
to
you
get cool and
further
suave?
away from.
Bang robots and machinery?
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Legit
that's the
question.
opposite of cool.
Question for you, my esteemed panel of wonderful hosts. I'm giving
And Blabs.
Okay.
Sorry, Blabs. It's low hanging
I
fruit.
don't accept. Go on, Craig.
If you have a fleshlight is that banging a robot?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm just these are natural questions.
Let me look up the definition of robot.
Okay, please do.
Jesus.
This is more. It's just
not
a question.
It's not a human being, and is all right. It's not like a robot in the traditional sense, but I think yes.
Chat, very important question.
If it
here.
moves, if it's got any sort
Yes.
of like electronics involved.
So this is what it says. A robot is a machine, especially one programmable by a computer, capable of carrying out a complex series of actions automatically. A robot can be guided by an external control device, or control may be embedded within.
I think Fantastic Sarcastic nails it. If it moves mechanically, yes, there you go. I think that's where we draw the line here. And I'm just this is where my mind goes. I don't know. I've never experienced this before, but hey, you know.
I disagree. I don't think that's a robot. It just vibrates. All that is in there. Something spinning in there. That's a vibrator.
You really thinking this
that
through,
needs a
huh?
computer to spin, don't it?
No, it just needs a battery. It just needs a closed circuit.
I don't know.
Well,
I think baby steps. I think baby steps. Where does it lead? It's all the same thing. If you're fucking a pocket pussy instead of an actual human being, it says more about you than you'd probably fuck a robot. Then what's the difference? These people would fuck robots.
True.
Same people. If they're sticking their dick in that shit, then they're not sticking in an actual human. And that's like, there you go. All right. Well, there's no difference to me.
Well, good luck, Mark Hamill, as he signs off for the.
And
final
also
time.
go fuck yourself, Mark Hamill. Sorry, I don't like Mark Hamill. He's kind of an asshole. And
yeah, he is.
Is very, very much follow the narrative, or you're a Nazi. It's like, well, you know what? Well, go fuck yourself, Mark. I don't give a shit.
All right, Microsoft. Let's bring it back. Bring it all the way back.
I wanted to tell you how I really feel.
Oh, please.
No, go ahead. No, please change the subject.
Microsoft, and we're going to bring it back to video games here. Microsoft has an upcoming showcase, and Sony's had one. Nintendo, I'm sure, will have one here very, very soon, and they are going to have an upcoming showcase, and they made a very important promise in this showcase that none of their first-party games, none of them, will be full CG trailers. So they're promising gameplay on the way out. Cheeto Gaming over on the Twitters was kind of giving them rough, and Aaron Greenberg says none of our first-party games in the show are full CG trailers. Everything is either in-game footage, in-engine footage, or in-game footage with some cinematics. Each of our trailers will be labeled so it hopefully is clear for our fans.
But isn't cinematic CG footage?
Well, it depends if it's done from in the in-game engine, right? So
right.
When was the date again?
For the showcase?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, like is it a cutscene, or is it
Right. That's my question. Like
in the in-game footage
I don't know.
of like the same models being used, that you're seeing them have a conversation or whatever, but it's still the same graphics as when the conversation ends and you start walking away. It's the same exact models.
On a Sunday.
Yeah, which I can promise we will not be live covering here on the channel. But hey, who knows?
I'll talk about it the next day.
Yeah, absolutely.
June 12th. Stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into that. That's next.
I saw
week,
Mortal
right?
Kombat 1 referenced, and talking about the in-game engine. And Mortal Kombat 1 will actually be showing off gameplay for the first time this week, so we'll look forward to checking that out as well. So, all right, so yeah, we'll definitely talk about that when the time comes. I thought this was interesting. Adam, you're over on the other side of the world in the UK, and every week that Nintendo Life releases the UK video game charts.
I'm not in the UK.
No, but you're over in that side of the world.
I'm certainly closer to the UK than you are.
Right.
I'll give you that.
But I do think that the UK charts, and maybe I'm totally off because I haven't seen the US charts, but I do think that the UK charts are probably very similar to the American charts, the US charts. But I saw this, and Street Fighter 6 was released, and we mentioned last week it was breaking records on Steam. But they could not beat out Tears of the Kingdom in its first week on the shelf. So that was kind of interesting over in the UK. But what I thought was really interesting as you look down here at the bottom, I'm gonna unveil the rest of the top 10 games, and I just want you each to guess a game that you think would be in the top 10 games. We know number 1 and number 2, Street Fighter 6 and Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. And chat, this for you as well. What other games would be in, like, I don't know, the top 10? Just
is
throw
this
some
on
out
Steam?
there.
On Steam?
This is just released.
So only new games.
Yes. Well, this is just the games that have been sold. So by all means, fire away. Games that have been released, and I will tell you if you're on or off. Just looking for the first top 10.
I can't think of anything right now.
No? Blabs, Travis?
Diablo 4? Wouldn't that be something? Since it's just coming out.
Well, it's technically not out yet. It's still in pre-order, so it is not in there.
Yeah, it comes out in like 4 hours.
Would you like to hear the top 10 games sold last week?
Yeah.
Give chat a couple
To be
30
honest,
seconds.
there's nothing real big that I can think of. Like recently, the only thing maybe Harry Potter, but like that's
do DLCs count?
A couple of weeks
do DLCs
ago.
count? Like the Elder Scrolls DLC, the
Survivor.
No, there's
Jedi
none of
Survivor. Yeah, that would be a good
Jedi.
guess, I think.
Star Wars Jedi Survivor is number 6 last week in sold.
Well, we know Call of Duty's not on there.
It makes me wonder if some of the older games that still sell a lot of copies are on there too.
Call of Duty is not on the list.
Exactly.
I'll give you a number 3. Number 3, FIFA 23. Now, keep in mind, this is UK.
Was never gonna guess that.
Right.
You know.
Number 4, Hogwarts Legacy.
Really?
Still
Last
selling.
week? Wow.
Last week.
It's because last gens came out
Oh yeah.
like last month.
That's a good point.
Number 5, and this was the shocker for me, above Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Wow, still
number 5. The
It's
fifth,
summer, that's why everyone got a Switch for summer graduation or whatever, and they need to keep the kids busy. Mario Kart.
the fifth most
seller. Sorry,
we mentioned Star Wars Jedi Survivor is number 6. Number 7, we had Zelda Tears of the Kingdom at number 1. We have Zelda Breath of the Wild at number 7.
Breath of the Wild is still on the list.
Mm-hmm.
People are loving Tears of the Kingdom. They want to get a piece of the original.
Well, and I bet you if someone was motivated to buy a console because of Tears of the Kingdom, then they retroactively went back and bought Breath of the Wild.
Most likely.
Yeah.
For sure. Number 8, which is crazy, Animal Crossing New Horizon. Number 8 on the list, and that's been out for several years now. This one's even more shocking. Been out the longest game out of every single one of these. Number 9 in the top 10 games sold in the UK in the past week. Grand Theft Auto 5.
Get the fuck out of here! How is that
still going crazy, man?
That is insane, man.
Well, it goes to show you if you make a quality game, it can be on the top 10 bestsellers for a long ass time, can it?
For a decade, dude. How long has that game been out? Shit.
Yeah, about a decade.
Oh my
goodness.
That's
number
crazy.
To round out the 10, this I never ever would have guessed this. Nintendo Switch Sports, number 10 on the list. So
you know what? That was the last thing I bought on Switch because it's just like there's something so great about hitting, tennis or bowling. And it's just good.
And you wonder why, just a quick recap, you wonder how Nintendo is literally just printing money, right? Because 5 of the top 10 games sold are first-party Nintendo IPs. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Animal Crossing, and Nintendo Switch Sports. 50%.
I think that says more about their competition than it does about them.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, the movies made a good point, though. They said people bought Mario Kart 8 because of the movie, the Mario movie, which is also true. And also, if you think about it, there is that Switch set, combo that if you buy a Switch, you get the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, too. I'm sure that counts in the sales also.
Yeah. Those always inflate numbers, too. Those special box set.
Yeah, that's what I have.
But you can see Minecraft's still up there. You mentioned Call of Duty, new Super Mario Brothers. It's crazy.
Love to know how long Minecraft has been on that list.
Here's Metroid Prime Remastered. It's in the top 30. So how long Minecraft's been on the list? Forever. So anyways, I found that really interesting. So it's just kind of like, well, holy shit. Let's go read off a couple of these. I got one super chat here.
I really would love to hear or see the US version. Is it drastically different? Is there much? Trav, you looking it up? Yeah, I want to see that. All right, I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, for sure. Try put a link in the chart if you in the chat if you can. While I read off. Paul Hadouken says, "Shout out to Flawed for rating our buddies and fellow G2's Melee Games on Rumble last night with Chris Pawlowski, the CEO of Rumble." Wait, was Chris in with Flawed last night?
Yeah, dude, I love seeing it.
That's awesome. That's great. And Melee Games, love Melee Games. Great folks, love them. Yeah, man, shout out for sure. Rumble's been once again really great. Proud to be streaming over Rumble, and I eventually think the show will make its way over to Rumble in time. So make sure you guys go over and hit the follow button over at rumble.com/sidescrollers. So I think we're going to creep, and eventually Rumble's going to overtake YouTube, and it'll get there. It'll definitely get there. Travis, you got any update on the numbers over there?
It's in the chat right here.
Oh, thank you.
Private chat.
Thank you very much.
Although this was from March 29th. So take that as it will.
So I was about to sneeze.
Trying to find a newer one.
Bless
Okay.
you.
It stopped. All right. Well, I'll tell you. While Travis looks that up, I wanted to kind of talk. Oh, we got just a couple minutes left on the show, so I wanted to talk about something that Adam. I don't know if you're interested in, or if you ever did this. Blabs, I don't know if you've ever done this either, but did you guys ever play like wrestling video games back in the day? Any like WWF or WWE games that you could actually make your wrestlers in? Did you guys ever play those back in the day?
I played a 64 game a lot. I don't remember what it was called, but it was on the 64, and I really loved it. And it was right around the time that it was like 2000, something like that, 2001 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe 99. I don't remember exactly what year it was, but it was right around that little window. And I really liked The Undertaker a lot. He was like my guy. I rooted for him. And was it No Mercy? Maybe it was. I don't remember the name of it. I don't know if I could even if I see it. But I was able to play as Undertaker, and I just would always just be Undertaker. Tombstone everyone.
So one of my favorite things to do in those games was what was called the Create a Wrestler, where you can go in and you could make whatever you want. And one of the hobbies that I had, because I was a super big nerd, was going on the internet and going to CAW, Create a Wrestler forums, and finding different people that you could create, right? Because people would go in and they would make I don't know, they'd make your favorite movie star, they'd make your favorite athlete or whatever, or person from a TV show, and it would look just like it, for the time. And they'd customize the moveset. And on these forums, they'd have these, this is what the nose should look like. This is, and it's all built around, putting in certain inputs and stuff. And here's the moveset and stuff. But it's more just about like the look of it. Well, I love that back in the day. I saw this article and I wanted to share it with you guys. Street Fighter 6 has a really, really in-depth character creation, and people have started to take that and started to use it to make famous people in the game, which I really appreciate. So
I did find this list, by the way.
Wait, aren't you the one that you were like totally against this shit, and you were like talking shit all about this, that you're never gonna do it, you're not interested in it at all?
Mm-mm. No, I don't have time. No, I don't have time, and that's how I would go on.
No, it wasn't about the time issue. That's not what you were.
Let me get to it.
Oh, go ahead. Go on.
Let me get to it, because here's the thing: when people make these things, you can share a code to automatically download them. That's why I'm interested in this, right? Because if I want to create a character that looks like, let's just say, Taylor Swift, You can do this. So people are going in there.
Ugh,
That's
yikes.
scary.
All right.
That looks like Taylor Swift. That's
Well, you know.
frightening looking.
Let's just continue on down here. So this person made Ice Spice, who was a rapper. And I actually think this looks kind of like Ice Spice. Yeah, that kind of looks like Ice Spice. Do you know who Ice Spice is?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. She's a rapper. She looks just like it. Here's your Taylor Swift down here. Here's your Witcher 3 gentleman. He looks good. Gareth, right? Or is it Geralt? Geralt.
I think it's just The Witcher.
The Witcher. Well, yeah, he's from The Witcher. Yeah. And then you have look, God of War, Kratos. Like this is the type of fun that I think I love this stuff. I think this is so much fun. Am I totally alone here, or I feel like I'm talking to a brick wall right now?
Yeah, I don't care.
Oh man, my fun! You got I think this is so much fun. You got the Gordon Ramsay chef, right? And you got
that didn't look like him at all. That's why they had to put a picture of him. Kind of does.
But that's kind of the idea.
No, that's horrible.
Oh man,
that's horrible.
Poor
I think these are so fun.
I'm sorry, I don't agree.
This is so much
I think
fun
it's so
to me.
cheeseball. Cool.
Well, yes, it is cheeseball. I was hoping I'd have some sort of connection with you guys.
I just
on
find it
this.
interesting that you were shitting all over the fact that they were making you create your own character, and now you're all like, "This is so fun!" Like what?
No. What I was shitting on to be totally clear.
There's
going to
be a meta, and everyone's just going to play the same character. Blah 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 blah.
Correct.
But
And
you were still shitting on the system that you were never. You said you would never play it. You're never going to be interested in playing that shit.
I won't.
I know.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
I
you
still
made
think
it
it's
very
fun.
clear.
Yeah, I won't do that. I don't have time to do that. No, what to be clear, what I was worried about was people popping in, making characters, bringing them into the actual game. But what they did was they made an avatar lobby that allows like broken characters to fight against broken characters, and I'm okay with that as long as it's not brought into like an actual real setting. So like that's what I was critiquing at the time. But I love the idea of people using their creativity. And yeah, like if people want to spend 25 hours making Taylor Swift in a game and bringing her into Street Fighter 6, hell, why not?
Oh man,
Why not?
I hope
I
it
think
didn't
it's fun.
take him that long.
Yeah, I'm saying. All right. Travis, let's see. Do we got it? Digital
Yeah,
sales.
I can't find last month, but I
Yeah,
can't
don't
find
worry.
the month
Don't worry
That's
about
okay.
it.
That's
Don't
okay.
worry about it.
But
All right.
basically, all that stuff is on there. Minecraft's on there, GTA, Elden Ring, Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4.
All right. We got a meme. We got a meme here.
We got a meme.
Let's check it out.
We
Let's
got a
check out-
meme, people.
We reeled it in. We got No Green Rocks coming in with this one, which is definitely inspired by Blabs today. It says, I didn't know side scrollers was doing weddings. Congratulations on you, Blabs, and Mr. Alpaca.
Oh my god, that's a freaky face.
Look at my face. I look so disgusted.
The camel, the camel priest.
I'm about to screw an alpaca.
Oh
That's what that look is right there. It's like, oh.
Bestiality.
Yeah, that's why your face looks grossed out. It's the realization of what's happening is dawning on you. Like, oh my god, is this really happening?
Dear God.
Not good. Not good. Oh, look at this. And look, Yumi in the movie's coming in. This is just a nice little tweet our way. It's not a meme, but throwing out. Who needs VR when you got a Zapper and a CRT? There you go. You got
Nice.
the old Zapper. There you go. Love that. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right, let's get to I got a couple more rememberships. Shane came in with 16 months. Says, interesting note, there's at least one confirmed case of alpaca, a case of an alpaca having rabies. You got some explaining to do, Blabs.
Damn. Are you saying that she gave them rabies?
What the fuck?
That's rough.
I didn't say that.
I'm sorry I started this.
Damn.
What you've done, you fur lover?
I'm not. I think this shit's hilarious.
Thanks,
And
man.
Still Gaming came in with the remembership for 6 months. So thank you so much, Still Gaming. Greatly appreciate that. Just with lots of laughs. Lots of laughs right there. All righty.
I put the B thing on it with Amber Heard in the private chat, right above meme number 1. I think you'd benefit
Wow.
from it greatly.
No.
You know,
I'm good.
I got to be honest. I
The
can't
less I know about that woman, the better. All right.
I don't see anything there, Blabs. I'm sorry. I don't.
Meme 1.
No, I don't see it. I don't. It's weird that for some reason.
this shit, man.
Looks like it's been deleted or something. I don't know.
You can't delete on StreamYards. Don't try
What?
shitting on StreamYards.
What are you talking about? I don't even
They love
understand.
StreamYards.
I can't see it. Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's check it out. Hold on. Just kidding.
I don't want to fucking see this woman talk. Please don't do this to me.
It's all of 5 seconds.
No, fuck Amber Heard. Fuck that bitch. I don't want to fucking hear that
There should
woman.
be other people mimicking her.
All right, I'll tell you. Let's say goodbye. Listen, I kind of want to see this, but let's say
All
goodbye
right,
to
well,
Adam.
remember to come watch my stream tonight because I am going to be giving away a Diablo 4 Deluxe Edition. That's right, the full kit and caboodle. You're getting the whole freaking thing. It's going to be for anyone who follows me on locals. So if you're watching my local stream sometime throughout the night, I'm just going to drop it in my locals chat. And whoever freaking copy pastas and slaps that bad boy into their system first is going to get it. I think that's how I'm going to do it. So I'm giving out a Diablo 4. It's for PC. So if you have a PC and you have the Blizzard loader, you could just freaking pop in and get that game for free. It's like $100 for the full deluxe edition. So I am really going to bounce because I do not want to hear Amber Heard's voice. I fucking hate this woman. But enjoy yourselves, everyone, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out. Nope, I'm out. No.
Oh,
My dad has to pee.
Oh, you missed it.
My mom lost her key.
hold on.
I broke my bloody knee.
Buy one, get one free.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
My mom's stuck in a tree.
My squirrel got bit by a flea.
Without my glasses, I cannot see.
My granny stole my virginity.
My dog stepped on a bee.
My dad.
She's crazy. This bitch is nuts, man. I was trying to go easier on her when all of it was happening because I thought maybe she was abused in some form or another. She's just fucking nuts. She was shitting on pillows. Fuck. You can't make excuses for people who shit on other people's pillows. There it is.
That's how we end it today. You can't make excuses for people who shit on other people's pillows. There it is right there. All right, look. Oh, we do have one more meme came in 42 seconds ago. I just saw it. Look at this. Last from Superman coming in. Look at this. And Adam's going to miss it. Bummer. That's okay. Here we are. Let's check it out. I thought this was interesting. Adam, you're over on the other side of the world in the UK. And every week that Nintendo Life releases this is the UK video game charts.
I'm not in the UK.
No, but you're over in that side of the
Okay, it's fair enough.
I thought this was interesting. Look at Adam, you're over. Look at the look. Can we just stop down? Look at the look of just absolute look of just distastefulness in Adam's face. He looks so disgusted with me.
He's like, the UK, that's like trash.
No, what I really like is you wrinkling your nose at the very beginning.
Yes, that's all. Just taking an itch.
You're like Bewitched.
Look at this look.
Hey, I would beware if he ever comes to the States. I'm gonna kill Craig.
Yeah, no joke. Craig. I mean, he nailed that look. Look at the look of like you about to die, bitch. Then going into that look, absolutely. And the fact that he goes from like what to like, oh, okay, this is the UK video game charts.
I'm not in the UK.
No, but you're over in that side of the.
Okay, it's fair enough.
I thought like
you meant to say EU.
Just over there, whatever.
You're within 1,000 miles of the UK, but
just saying, like he's over on the other side of the ocean. Hell, I don't care.
Listen, I got one more thing. I want to show off my super duper new controller. Look at this.
Look at that.
Ooh, looks
it's
nice.
like a midnight lavender color, so it's like a bluish purple. It doesn't really reflect well
now.
I
thought it was just black and that was the blue.
No, I'm just gonna turn on the light a little bit. Nah, see with
No,
the
it
light
looks
you can't
nice.
see, but it's literally like reflective purple and blue, and it's
Much
freaking
prettier
sweet.
than
And
the
I
normal
won't drift anymore, so that's a plus.
Does the D-pad, will it work good for Castlevania?
It should. It's so much better than the other ones, that's for sure. I played it out yesterday on Jurassic World Evolution. I was like, T-Rex. Anyway.
It's very pretty.
It is.
Thanks.
Very, very pretty. And the big question is, can you hit candles with it?
I think so. I think I'll be okay, guys.
What about climbing stairs?
These are all...
Listen, stairs is a day at a time, step by step.
Speaking of step by step, I'm back at it at Mario Lost Levels coming up in just about 30 minutes from now. This is thought of as the hardest Mario game ever made. And outside of like the Kaizo bullshit, but I'll be playing that here in about 30 minutes. I expect everybody to be there for it. Listen, I'm telling you, this is going to be fun. And with hard resets on the table, that could be really ridiculous. And we're doing oven mitts too. Oven mitts and hard resets. This is going to be quite insane.
Colors your oven mitts.
Purple.
I thought they were going to go with like a little pink or something.
No, that's straight up purple. They're my actual oven mitts that I use on a day-to-day basis when I pull things out of the oven. It's crazy.
Do you know how to cook?
I'm a damn fine average cooker.
Okay, calm down.
You guys go follow Trav over on Twitter. Go follow Blabs over on Kick and on the Twitches if you like. And of course, find us in about 30 minutes. Find me once again. I'll be playing Mario the Lost Levels and beating the hell out of it level by level. So I look forward to seeing you guys then. You guys can follow us and support us over at patreon.com/sidescrolls. I would greatly appreciate that. But in the meantime, we'll see you guys bright and early, 11 a.m. tomorrow. And for me, in about 30 minutes. People are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.